What's up YouTube? This is BF Stereotype here to bring you a special Naruto video. As you see from the title, it's about Obito, good about villain. Now yes, within the past months, you've seen tons of video from the big YouTubers to small YouTubers. Pretty much debating whether is a good villain or bad villain. So I figured I might as well add my 2 cents to the subject. Now if you would have asked me pretty much any time before recently, I probably would have agreed with you saying that Obito is a pretty horrible villain because his reasoning, to me, above anything, his reasonings were horrible. Starting a war over a 12-year-old, someone that probably didn't even like him. But honestly, if you kind of think about everything that he's done and the consequences of everything that he's done, to me, it kind of shifted my opinion whether he's a bad villain, more or less of me not liking him. Like, no, Obito's not my favorite guy, especially my favorite villain from the Naruto series. But everything that's happened so far, just because I don't like him doesn't mean he's not a good villain. So my number one thing is, because the number one thing that you hear is he's a horrible villain because he started a war for Ren. Now, obviously within these past few chapters, if you read the manga, you obviously know he's pretty crazy. Especially when he fought Kakashi and they were inside his mind. So you can pretty much tell he's decently crazy. But you can't disregard his smarts just because he's crazy. And like when you think about how logical would that really be? He pretty much started this plan like 20 or so years ago. You know, it's been a very long time, and he's been doing little things here and there just to get to this point that he's at right now. Do you really think like he would go through all this trouble for a 12-year-old? Like, to me, when I first heard that, I mean, I instantly thought, you know, wow, how retarded, you know. People are dying, wars are starting because of Ren, you know. But now that I think about it, like, I think it was an excuse, but just it was more or less something to say, you know. It was more of a psychological game. I feel like he was playing with Kakashi, because I mean, obviously, Kakashi's childhood was very, very messed up, and because his childhood was messed up, it kind of made him have a new creed, and his creed affected many characters in Naruto. So to me personally, I think the reason for Obito blaming Kakashi and Ren for this whole war, I think it's just another psychological game that he has going over with Kakashi. Because I mean, Kakashi already killed Ren. He thought Obito was dead. So now, having to realizing that Obito is alive and now possibly having to kill him, that's just more mind games for Kakashi, whether he can do it or not. Because I mean, if he did, it would be really messed up, because that means he killed this whole team. But that's a whole nother video right there. The Nine Tails pretty much attacking, him fighting the Fourth back when he was alive. I mean, all these little things that he did, you have to give him some type of props for doing all that he's done. And I mean, some of the Ten Tails, I mean, yes, him and Madara had help, and Madara was using them, but I mean, I really doubt he was that stupid to just be so in love with a 12-year-old that probably didn't like him back to let Madara use him all the way up to this point. I mean, I think although not Madara, but I think although Obito is obviously crazy, he's still pretty logical. I mean, right now, he's got Madara pretty much on his side, more or less. And right now, more importantly, even more important to Madara, is the Ten Tails is in him. I mean, he's a Jinchuriki. I mean, obviously he's not perfect or nothing, but I mean, he has the Ten Tails in him. He has pretty much ultimate power right now. So just to discredit all the events that led up to now, I mean, he started a war. I mean, this is called the Fourth Great Ninja War. This is like, this would be like World War III for us, you know. He started this for a reason, and to me, the reason really hasn't been revealed yet. Because, I mean, come on, 12-year-old girl is not a reason to start a war. I mean, the Kages are back. Knowledge has been passed on to Sasuke, you know, him wanting to know the truth and all that fun stuff. Naruto finally making friends with the Nine-Tailed Fox. Seeing his dad now alive, you know, being able to talk to his father, seeing the Kages in action, making friends with all the, pretty much, the Tail Beast and Jinchuriki. You can't tell me that was all for a 12-year-old girl. I think a lot of people are just pretty much just getting stuck on the whole Rin because obviously he mentioned it multiple times and you've seen all the flashbacks. But I mean, I think Obito has there's a lot more than meets the eye. The little Transformers quote right there, because I mean, come on, 12-year-old girl is not sufficient for all this. I think even with him becoming the Jinchuriki, he still has a plan that, I mean, the Moon's-Eye plan to me is also just another scapegoat. It's just something else to say. I mean, if he really wanted the Moon's-Eye plan is to see, he's practically God right now. He could do whatever he wants right now. I mean, if he wanted everybody on the face of the planet to be dead, I'm pretty sure with a snap of his finger he could be dead. Or they could be dead. I mean, like, he's literally, he has the world in his hand. Literally. So anything, all his dreams can come true whenever he wants. So, like I said, I think it's more than this. I think it's a lot more information is going to be told and need to be told about Obito and his mission, because the Moon's-Eye plan for him and Madara is both irrelevant, because Madara's he's a pretty evil guy. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about the Moon's-Eye plan, and obviously Obito don't, because it still ain't happening. So, I mean, whether Obito is a good villain, bad villain, I mean, obviously it's your opinion, because it's my opinion. But, I mean, no, he's not my favorite villain, but I think he is a good villain. I mean, a lot of things has happened because of Obito and the steps that he took. So, that's just my little quick opinion. So, this is PFC Ryutachi, all the way from Okinawa, Japan, signing out. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, like, share, and all that fun stuff.